Today, we'll be reviewing the Flatpit Grill and Fire Pit. So stay tuned here on OG Off-Road. Welcome back to OG Off-Road. I'm OG Don, and today we're reviewing the Flatpit Grill and Fire Pit. And if you're like me, I not only love the thrill and excitement of the majestic outdoors, but I love to cook. And in my childhood days of camping with my family, it always seemed to be the same old hot dog and hamburger menu, with bags of chips thrown on the side. Luckily for me, YouTube was invented and I began watching the likes of Overland X with Mario Hernandez, his delicious meals. And this really made me realize that I can actually apply our home cooking recipes to the great outdoors. Now, I love to grill. My wife loves to cook. We both love cooking. It's just one of those most relaxing things that we love. And needless to say, I love to eat. So, with the invention of all these newfangled items, and granted, a barbecue is not one of them, but still, they have become so inventive in their designs that I'm here to actually review this fire pit today. Now, as many of you already know, one of the greatest necessities of outdoor cooking is a grill. Now, there are many brands of grills out there, from charcoal and hardwood grills to the gas-fueled grills. And anyone that's been camping most likely has a gas-filled camping stove, whether it be propane, whether it be butane. Those units are awful handy and they fit right in the trunk of a car. They'll fit in the back of your truck. They're just awfully handy to have and they're extremely convenient out there. However, what about a grill? And yeah, there's plenty of manufacturers out there that make those cheapies, but this unit here is a little bit different than that. So for me, in our OG Off-Road Toyota Tacoma, space was a very limited commodity, and that's where this flat pit comes in handy. The flat pit stores flat. It breaks apart into 5 different pieces, and it'll lay flat. And so when you get to your campsite, you basically just put the 5 pieces together. They slide right in place, and you put this grill right on top, fit it into the holes that are there. It slides right in place, and there you go. You are pretty much ready to start your barbecuing recipes. You know, there are so many things that I consider when I go out there and I start wanting to spend my money on things. And let's just say, the flat pit is probably one of the nicest things that I've seen out there. It's laser cut to perfection and it's designed to handle heavy pots like a cast iron oven. It is also designed to take these skewers, which I purchased as a combo pack with this. And they're very simple. They just slide right in and they fit into the grooves that are pre-cut. So for instance, let me take this grill off. And like I said, they slide right into the groove and they'll sit as such. And the reason why it's rounded here, because now you're able to turn your skewers as they're cooking. It's pretty much that simple. Very high quality item, extremely high quality item, I should say. It's made of heavy gauge steel and it's almost pretty much guaranteed for a lifetime if you take care of this unit. It is not light. It weighs approximately 25 pounds. So if you're backpacking or hiking, this might not be what you're looking for. But if you're overlanding or you're just going out on camping trips, this will fit nicely in the back of your trunk of the car or in the back of your truck. And again, it fits together quite nice. It has these bars that sit down here, and really what I use these things for, and let me see, where did I put it? There's a simple cookie sheet that I put actually down here below, and there's two reasons why I put that cookie sheet there. One is, yeah, you are going to have some charcoal overflow as it begins to disintegrate, and it's going to leak out to the sides, and I choose to keep every place I go to cleaner than I found it. And what I do is I pretty much put that tray down there to catch that overflow of burnt wood and charcoal that may fall in there. The second thing you can do is actually, when you're done cooking, like say you're cooking some steaks and you want to keep them warm, you can put them under here and it will keep them, you know, warm. Just cover it with foil so that you don't get any of that charcoal on there, and it will keep your food warm as you continue cooking for multiple people in your party. So, you know, now I've got to admit, this is not one of the cheapest barbecues out on the market, and there's a lot of competition out there right now. A lot of people are you know, I don't want to say copying each other, but they're coming up with the same principles, which is flat, lay it flat for packing purposes, and there's a variety of different prices. I myself, as I've said in past episodes, I like to stay local, and I like to, you know, reward the vendors that are local. So this company is here. Flatpit is in San Diego County, San Diego, California, and everything is done there. It's made in the USA. Everything is precision laser cut, as I may have said before. And the cost of this is, and I think because of the laser cut and the time it takes to make these things, and the heavy gauge steel, it's a little costly. When I bought it, it's, you know, the basic unit, and this is the mid-size unit called the Flame, is $250. I upgraded and I got the skewers, and it came with these heat gloves, and there's two of them, not one but two, that came with it, and this was $275. Now that seems like a lot of money, and it is, but remember, if you take care of it, there's no reason why this thing cannot last you your entire camping life plan. It will go 10, 20, 30 years easy if you take care of it. I tend to take care of my stuff, so I anticipate this being my last outdoor barbecue that I will need. And you know, and again, it's big enough where you can put 4 healthy steaks on here. You can put 2 steaks. For me, it's just me and my wife. So it's when her and I on the weekend, I could put 2 steaks, throw some veggies here on the side, and it works out perfect. Or what I could do is, while I'm cooking on the camp stove with other select recipes that we have, I can at the same time be putting some vegetables for grilling, or putting 2 steaks here while I'm cooking a side dish. There's a whole variety of things that can be done. Now again, $275, that's a lot of money for a grill. But again, keep in mind, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've bought those cheapy $20 barbecues, and I don't want to name the brands, but you know, you can get them at the big lots, the Walmarts, well, Kmart doesn't exist anymore, but any of those convenience stores, you can buy those cheapy grills. But guess what? By next season, or maybe if you're lucky the season after, you get it to last that long, you're throwing that thing in the trash, and then you're going out and buying another one, and then you're buying another one, and then you're buying another one. Why? There's no purpose for that when you can just invest up front, and then you're going to have something for, you know, 20 years. For instance, let's just say that you go and invest in those $25, $30 barbecues, and let's say this lasts me 20 years. Well, if you're buying a $25, $30 barbecue for 15 years, you've invested over $300. This is one time of your $250 to $275, depending on the models that you want, because they come with, you know, sides. It'll come with a cover. It comes with all kinds of different things on the side as an accessory. You will have spent pretty much the same amount of money on something of this high quality. So for me, I chose to stick with the high quality and make this thing last for a while. So like I've told you, I think that, you know, this thing is phenomenal The pros to this grill, I've already explained to you. Now, what are the cons? Well, again, the con is that, one, it doesn't come with a carrying bag. But then again, I don't necessarily need a carrying bag because the way I store it, and I'll show you in a second of how I store these things. So I don't need that carrying bag, but it would be nice at $250, $275, $300 that you throw in a carrying bag. Again, the other con may be the cost factor in this thing. Again, it is expensive, but it will last you an awful long time. And again, if you take care of it, I don't see no reason why it wouldn't last you a lifetime. So that's pretty much about it as far as the cons go. Everything else that I see is an absolute pro. The only question that I've had, and I've tried to find out, is it comes with this strap. It's a heavy-duty strap with some carabiner hooks at the end. I don't know what it goes to. I really don't. I don't know if it's straps to carry this thing, but you don't want to be carrying something with a live flame because you'll burn yourself. You know, it has the handles here if you want to move it. Now remember, it's not just a grill, it's also a fire pit. So when you're done cooking at the end of the day, you pretty much take this off, put it on the ground, and keep loading the wood. When you're out at some of these camping spots now, this is the only way that you're going to be able to have a fire pit. You can't make one out of rocks at a lot of the facilities or camping locations now, particularly in the Forest Service, unless there's a fire ring. So, you know, this may be your only chance in order to stay warm in those cool winter and fall nights. So again, this is a very, very nice product. If you don't mind spending that kind of money, I highly recommend this. And again, you can get cheaper models that are similar in terms of the folding flat. I think Home Depot has one for like $99, but I guarantee you it's not going to be the same quality as what you're paying for here. As the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. So thumbs up on the Flatpit, and I'll show you right now how I pack this thing. Welcome back. So, why do I like this Flatpit, and why was a carrying case not really necessary for me? Because it all fits in here. And again, for those of you that saw my other episode that dealt with what's going on behind me here, which is all these wonderful boxes where everything is stored in these boxes, I also have in this one all my barbecue supplies, and you can see that I label my stuff so I know exactly what's in this box. On top of that, it's a red top, so that's a clue to me that I'm dealing with something heat wise. Here we have in this box here is, and I'll take this out and I'll put all this here. I've got enough room in here where I was able to actually carry my juicer and a little mixing bowl that I had extra space, so I decided to throw it on there. I have my short handled tongs, and I have my long handled tongs in here. I've got the long sous chef type spatula, and then here's that infamous strap that I really don't know what it does. On top of carrying all my fuel sources in here for cooking, I also carry a extended hose that hooks up to my propane tank, because I also carry a large propane tank with me, the kind that you use in your backyard for your barbecues, or maybe if you have an outdoor heater or what have you. The reason why this is because I do have the Jolka hot water heater, and so that runs off propane, and I also have another cooking setup that also uses propane. So with that, I have this extended hose to get it away from the vehicle while I'm pumping the propane into those heat sources. But on top of that, I also have a splitter. So I purchased this splitter, feeds off 1 up to 2, so this way I can feed both of the heating elements with my hot water and then my cooking stuff. Now, in here I also carry my little bag of charcoal that's needed obviously for the barbecue. I have my fire start cubes, which helps ignite the briquettes. And like I said, I also carry a little bottle of propane, and I also carry some butane. that fits into my little single burner stove that you see a lot of if you go to a brunch of some sort, and then you have your omelet bar, and you'll see those little single burner stoves that a lot of those chefs use. I have one of those as well too. Works great for camping, and I carry these butane bottles. These things last quite a long while, so I carry those as well too. In addition, I have the infamous heat resistant gloves that came with the Flatpit in here. And then again, here is my bag with the charcoal chimney that you put the charcoal in, and it actually gets the charcoal nice and hot in a quicker amount of time than if you were just leave it out on your barbecue. So I've got a small one of those that folds flat, so that makes it convenient. I have my skewers. I have the bars that come with the flat pit, and they sit actually underneath the frame, and allows me to put that cookie sheet that I was talking to you about underneath it. So that comes in handy. Of course, here's the grill, and then here are the 5 pieces that come with the unit in here. So like I said, they all fold flat. And let me see if I can move this. I'll show you. There we go. Here's the bottom. Here's the other side. And then here are the 2 end pieces. Everything just slides together, and there you have it. Empty. Well, here's my cookie sheet. So everything fits nicely in here, and I have room to spare. And this is why I didn't care if I had a canvas case. Yeah, it would be nice with the fact that you're spending that kind of money to get a canvas case, but I probably wouldn't use it anyways, because I would rather have as much space available by just laying it flat like it is. So that's how I store this. That's how I travel with it. Comes in very, very handy. Tell you what, at this point, why don't I put this together and we'll head outside of the OG garage into my backyard, and we'll cook up a little bit of menu tonight. I think what we'll do is we'll go back to the old school menu, one of my dad's favorite when we were camping, which was, let's do some steaks and some country style baked beans. How's that sound? So we'll see you outside in a little bit. So we're out here in my backyard, not camping, but it's my backyard, and we're going to fire up the Flatpit grill and fire pit. I'm using my charcoal starter here. And I've got some mesquite briquettes in there, and we'll get this thing fired up. As you can see, I've got a couple nice selections of T-bone here that I seasoned with a seasoning that I have to special order, I have to order out of Oklahoma, and it's called Head Country. Spectacular seasoning, little secret, that's, Oklahoma cooking. So my daughter lives out in Oklahoma, and that's where I got the seasoning from that initially, and now I order it by the case because I just love that stuff so much. So let's get this fire started up, and we'll get those steaks on the grill in a little bit. We'll see you in a bit. So for those of you that are wondering what this is, again, you see it all over the place. It's a chimney starter, they call it, or a briquette starter. Now this one is foldable, so it folds flat, as I showed you earlier. This one is it's from a company called Camp Made. It is a Camp Made foldable charcoal chimney starter. I believe I got this one on Amazon for around $45 or so. Again, you're going to pay for the convenience, and I can see why. There's multiple pieces in order for it to fold flat, although you don't have to put it together. They put it together. It comes ready to go to unfold. Comes in a little nice pouch, and it folds out, and then when you're done, after it's done cool down, it folds flat again. So ingenious little item. Comes in actually quite perfect for this size grill, and as you can see, they're starting to get white hot, so it works. Again, that is the Camp Made foldable charcoal chimney starter, available on Amazon. So while the barbecue is heating up outside, my wife, Miss Lily here, is making up a little vegetable side dish, which looks like it consists of green beans, I see some mushrooms, garlic, and what else did you put in here, Lil?
A little bit of salt, and I'm going to throw some onion in there.
A little bit of salt, and she's going to throw some onion in there. Pure goodness. And then, of course, we went with Bush's country-style baked beans. Sorry, folks, we didn't do those from scratch, but those will be heated up later. But for right now, look at that. So good. I think that's going to be a perfect complement to those delicious steaks that are being cooked up outside. Well, they're not being cooked yet. We're still waiting for that fire to get a little hot. We'll see ya when we come back here at OG Off-Road. So I think the grill is hot enough now. So we'll go ahead and just grab one of these T-bones. Throw that bad boy right on there. We'll grab this second one. Throw that bad boy right over there. Again, I'm throwing them on one side because I have the briquettes stacked to one side, so if one cooks quicker than the other, I can always put it over here to the cooler side. I generally barbecue like that, where I'll heat up one side, the other side will either be a less temperature or will be no heat at all. So let's see how that goes. I've got my foil here. What I'll do to try to hold in some of these juices, I'll actually put that right over there. In fact, no, put it this way. And because it's a little breezy, let me lay these things over. And let's let that cook away. See you in a little bit. Well, there you have it, folks. 2 T-bone steaks cooked to perfection on the Flatpit barbecue grill and fire pit, along with the green bean mixture that we made inside with onions, mushrooms, garlic, all sauteed up in olive oil and a little butter. And then, of course, we went the easy route, opened up a can of Bush's baked beans. So there you go. The smells are driving me crazy. I can't wait to eat. We really appreciate you tuning in to our channel. Can't wait to see you next time. Hit that like button, subscribe. But until then, thank you from OG Off-Road.